What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be fixing a couple issues on the Subi. Issue number one is I am throwing code P1072, which is system running too rich. I'm not sure the cause of that. I'm pretty sure it may be a dirty math sensor. I recently hit 30K, and the other day the car jerked in second gear when I was just cruising, and I shifted into third, and it did the same thing. So it may be a dirty math sensor, it may not be. And the other issue I'm having is I have a big old vacuum leak somewhere. The car idles a little bit rough. When I'm at a stop, like at a stoplight or a stop sign, the car will stall out. And I avoid that by holding the gas just by a little bit over 1K RPMs. So just to be safe, pretty soon we're gonna head to AutoZone and pick up some MAF cleaner. I got the MAF cleaner. I'm ready to make some power gains. Proven 4 to 10 horsepower, baby. Not really. I also picked up some extra goodies, sandpaper and some paint, because I plan on redoing the old work truck. All black interior, everything's all faded and old. This truck is from 1992. I'm also getting rid of the bench seats and putting in some bucket seats. I got a center console already that's all faded as well, so I need to sand and repaint that. Let's head home to the apartment and pick up the Subi. Made it back to the house, so luckily my mom has a garage because it looks like it's about to rain. Hopefully she starts up. I haven't started her in a few days. Let's switch it back to the gauges. I'm not gonna let it warm up because the RPMs are pretty high right now, and if I let it warm up, the RPMs are gonna drop and the car will stall out. So I'll see you when I get to my mom's. Made it to my mom's. Here's my AF readings. I'm trying not to let it idle by itself, but I gotta press the gas a little bit over 1K RPMs for it to not stall. So I'm gonna open up the garage real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys what it does. So I'm gonna let my foot off the gas. Here's the RPMs, and listen to what it sounds like. It might shut off. So idle's really rough. So let's get started. Nothing really looks cracked or popped off other than this hose down here. I don't know if it'll focus. So as you guys seen, I took off my front bumper. Now it's time to take off the under tray for my car. I'm having trouble taking off the undercarriage because there's some bolts stripped from the previous owner. So I'm gonna try a different approach and take off the snorkel and the airbox cover. So the snorkel and I just took off the airbox. They're both off. Now we can inspect this thing right here. It don't seem loose. I need to get a flashlight to check the piping back there. So there's my mass airflow sensor. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off with an Allen key, and I'll be back. Once you have the MAF out, it should look just like this, and you're gonna need MAF cleaner or electronics cleaner. Either or will do. Very unsuccessful day today. We couldn't figure out the vacuum leak. I'm most likely gonna have to take it to the shop, unfortunately. I'm trying to get this car fixed before it goes into the shop for work. For paint, I got to get the whole car repainted. I recently had a hurricane and it's got some pretty bad damage. But we cleaned the airflow sensor, the mass airflow sensor. So pretty much there's nothing else really to do. I've been having this harness sitting around. This is a Hella Horn harness. I bought these Hella Horns used and it came with a harness, but it was like corroded and old and it like ended up breaking on me, so I had to order a new one. So it should be pretty easy to install. I already have the front bumper off. Pretty much all I have to do is plug these two into this one and these two into this one, and then this just goes into the OEM horn, I think. So I have the 4 connections already connected to the Hella Horns. All I have to do is plug this into the OEM horn. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a before sound. That's before, and now we're gonna go ahead and plug in the harness. So my mom's friend's husband is a mechanic, so I'm gonna end up taking the Subi to him and letting him try to figure it out himself. I'm gonna be there with him, of course, because the car won't idle by itself. But I'm gonna end up taking it to him before I take it to the shop and spend all that money. I can save a little bit of money, but I won't be spending as much with him. I tried to save money just in general and figure it out myself, but I can't find it, unfortunately. The other day, off camera, I took off the stock top mount intercooler to look at all the hoses under what I couldn't see with it being on, and none of the hoses were cracked or popped off, but it did turn out that my EGV deletes, my 2 bolts were loose, and I tightened them back up again, but that still didn't fix the problem. I ran fine for a few minutes. I guess the car was still cold, and once it warmed up, it started to mess up like it usually did. So apparently he's out of town right now. I'm gonna go ahead and kill some time and work on the truck. Here I have a center console from an S10, second gen S10. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it and paint it. Apparently this was a center console for an automatic S10, and what the old owner did was cut this piece out right here pretty badly for his manual transmission. But he had the same idea I was gonna do. I see he traced this, and I guess he was gonna shave this off, which is I'm gonna do the same thing because I don't need none of this right here. It's gonna look pretty ugly if I keep it like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and shave this. Not today, I'm not gonna shave it, but I'm gonna go ahead and sand this and paint the rest. I already started, as you can see, but I'm gonna go ahead and wash it before I sand it again because there's like booty crust everywhere and it looks like dog shit all throughout. So here's the paint I'm going to be using to go ahead and spray that center console. And a big tip, I have an old dog kennel cage that I'm going to use to put that center console on top and paint it. So I'm going to be using some of the best car cleaner, some degreaser from Limitless. I'm going to go ahead and spray it down and degrease it. And I'm going to let it soak and sit in there. And then we're going to grab, not that pressure washer, with this pressure washer, and we're gonna go ahead and spray it down. So I brought the Subi, as you can see down there, so all my detailing stuff is in the truck, and that's away on the other side of town. So I have to use this raggedy brush to kind of scrub everything in, and then I'm gonna hit it with a pressure washer. So I'm gonna go ahead and agitate it with a brush. Damn, I wish I had my truck, because I have a smaller brush where I can get in these cracks and crevices. But look at that, this is dirty. It should be pretty good and clean. I got most of the dog shit off. It was packed on right there a lot, but it's pretty clean. So here is the before look. It's kind of a bright gray in person. It looks kind of dark on camera. So here's the first coat. I pretty much rushed it, and it's kind of cold out. I don't know. It's kind of drying funny. I rushed it. I really didn't take my time. So the more time you take on it, the more better outcome it'll be. It's pretty chilly out. It's probably in the 50s, so the paint is drying kind of weird. I probably should have put the can in warm water. But this is the first coat. When you're painting, you want to do light coats. Didn't do no light coats. I just sprayed it, but it ain't turning out bad. I got to update you guys on what it looked like before, but I'm loving how this can sprays. Like, it's so easy. Here's the first coat. Nothing major, just extra light. I kind of started a second coat up here. You guys can see. Here's coat number 2. I don't know what's wrong with that area right there, but it's turning out pretty good. I'm gonna let it dry for about 10 to 15 minutes. Water dripped down right here. I'm kind of disappointed. Oh well, I'm gonna drop this down and start painting this because I haven't even did any coats right here on the armrest. And I didn't really touch the back because I can't see. Here's coat number 2. Here's what it looked like before. And then there's the after. I just finished spraying the third coat, so it's still wet. I don't have any power tools, so I'm using a hacksaw, but look how straight this line is. I think I'm doing a good job. So here's the first layer of it cut off, and that is straight. Now we're going to cut this other layer, and then we should sand this to smoothen it out, and we'll be ready for paint. So that definitely wasn't my plan to use that hacksaw, but I found it in the garage, and I thought I'd give it a try. So the first layer went by really, well, this side's kind of off a little bit, but I can sand it down. The second layer is kind of uneven, but that don't really matter. You're not even going to notice this once it's in the truck. Grinding on the S10 again. Here's like the little armrest for the doors. I think they may need another coat. I'm not sure, but I ran out of paint, so I'm not going to worry about another coat. I might just throw them back on the truck. Here's the glove compartment. Looks brand new. There's a little tray for the center under the radio. Little light cover, little light switch. This goes to the door. One thing I don't really like about this paint is it's pretty glossy. Here's how the center console turned out. Enough of the S10. I think we figured out the problem with the Subaru. There's no vacuum leaks on the car. We tested it out with carb cleaner. We pretty much sprayed everything and it didn't idle any different. So there's no vacuum leak. It turns out to be this manifold pressure sensor is faulty. It looks really burnt when you take it off. We just pretty much threw electronics cleaner on it to clean it for temporary, and we reset the ECU. I'm gonna order a new one tonight, but she idles normal now. She acts normal. She don't try to stall out. There's no codes or anything. I contacted my tuner before I even went to my mom's friend's husband, and he said I had a vacuum leak. We pretty much sprayed everything. I thought it would be the TGV deletes, but we sprayed both of them and nothing ever changed. So it pretty much had all the symptoms of a vacuum leak, but I'm pretty sure it is a faulty manifold pressure sensor. Look at the symptoms: running rich or lean, which mine was doing. I had the code P1072, I think it was. So it was running lean, a rough idle, which I was having, hesitation or jerking, which I was having, and the vehicle stalls or dies immediately. I was having that, obviously. Can't even open my door all the way. I wanted to push it back in neutral. That way I don't have to turn on the car, because hopefully she don't blow up. Let's go ahead and try to turn it on and put it in reverse and give it a little wash. Oh snap. Moment of truth. Will she blow? Idling normal, not doing none of that stall crap. The RPMs aren't going up and down. So we're gonna go ahead and back it up away from my mom's car. Ooh, don't hit. So here's what the pieces look like inside of the truck. Here's the old color, there's the new one. Gotta clean this badge up and put some super glue on it. There's the door. Also painted this. One of my off days, I gotta take out pretty much this whole interior and paint the doors, this pillar, and the dash. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. I tried to take this piece out earlier, but it didn't want to go. I got this one out though, and I painted it kind of a color difference. Still gotta pick up new seats, and that center console is going in here. I just left Ace, but it turns out they're closed. I was gonna get some new hardware because these are all rusty. Some of them are even stripped. They go for the doors right here, but they're closed, like I said. Once I get this dash painted, I can go ahead and set this dash mat better and make it look secure. So right now it's just chilling. Came with like Velcro stuff. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.